Although Joe Rogan gave Jimmy Kimmel a brutal rap, let's face it, it's like seeing a man toss haymakers in a gigantic echo chamber with a tofu wall. He is going all in, yet he is still stuck in this artistically caliented communist mentality.
To be that show guy, he has to be a different guy.
We are all aware that the late-night host has changed from being a humorous individual to a more awake lecturer with a humorous soundtrack. Oh, Joe didn't simply keep quiet either. The entire charade was dropped like it owed him money. However, in order to be that show guy, he must be someone else. We are embracing the crazy today because of this. Nothing except chaos, no seat belt, no life jacket. You're going to be in for a 5-course dinner of spicy takes and zero chill. So grab a snack and a helmet.
Elon Musk joking around about my pronouns are prosecute Fauci. Jimmy Kimmel made a tweet back to him. He said, your pronouns are in a hole. Which is pretty funny. But then...
Did he really?
Yes. And so then I read that, and there was people saying, please don't joke about pronouns.
Do you think that's him or a writer? Can't you tell?
Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
No, it's him, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
good. That's a good one.
He's a comic.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, he used to host the Man Show. I mean, he's done some pretty outrageous back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, for he-he's and haw-haws.
No, that's a good joke on top of a good joke.
Yeah, it's a good joke.
Could you picture a guy going from hosting the Man Show, which is essentially a shrine bathed in beer, to fart jokes and jiggly intros, to suddenly being Captain Morality and lecturing the public as if he were the Dalai Lama connected to the internet? We are discussing a person who, in the past, believed that unword karaoke and blackface acts were the height of entertainment. After a scandal, he has now changed his brand to resemble a mall business. Naturally, he had to make some very apologetic remarks when those clips emerged from the VHS archives. But the true brain teaser is right here. Does Jimmy's portrayal of a moral chameleon blending into whichever cultural context garners him the least amount of Twitter criticism, or is this a genuine glow-up? That is precisely what Joe was trying to imply when he said this.
My talk show for, I guess, kind of my generation was the thing that everybody wanted. Kimmel and Fallon and all these guys, like, you got to host the Tonight Show, or Jimmy Kimmel's got his own show. You got your own show. You got the Letterman show. You got the this show, the that show. That was the thing, man.
Right.
If you could get your own show like that, like, you were fucking in. If they offered it to you, you took it. You took it. But then to be that show guy, he has to be a different guy. So now he's not... Colbert from the show was this genius parody. Now he's just Stephen Colbert.
Right.
That's who he is.
They destroyed the essence by giving...
Indeed, the deal is this. There's more to late-night shows than just jokes in disguise as comedy. They are high-stakes advertising engines. These hosts are doing more than just making jokes. For the network as a whole, they are essentially spokesmodels in suits. Their purpose: don't make it too humorous. Act edgy, but in an oat milk-sponsored way. And most importantly, don't frighten away advertisers who pay their invoices ahead of time. Therefore, it goes without saying that these hosts must fit into a very certain mold that shouts safe, sellable, and smugly in line with whatever Hollywood is cooking up this week. Consider Jimmy Kimmel as an example. He was a beer-goggled surfer who rode the wave of the Man Show's bro comedy when it was popular. But when the tide turned and wokeness became the new currency, Jimmy changed his image more quickly than a problematic influencer who was captured on tape. He even joined the anti-Trump train so forcefully that he most likely dented the caboose, which paradoxically caused his ratings to plummet. Who's ready to alienate half the audience? Seemed to be the collective response when late-night shows went all political in 2016. The ratings began to decline more quickly than a lead balloon in a gravity competition, which was shocking. Hosts began to abandon a cruise liner that was losing ratings one by one. Conan did away with the traditional format. James Corden left his carpool karaoke microphone warm. Trevor Noah grinned as he moonwalked off the scene. In a world of packaged content, those exits are, to be honest, maturing like good wine. For what reason? Because of their improved lighting and lack of censoring, podcasts arrived like a ton of bricks. They eliminated the fluff and kept the things that consumers enjoyed about in-person chats at night. No more 5-minute promotional interviews in which the guest, from the bottom of their heart, confesses that working with the cast was a great pleasure. Real discourse in real time, without awkward sketches or phony laughter over cheesy pillow jokes, and the secret sauce that keeps people returning like it's a reflex is that unadulterated, uncensored vibe.
Not a chance in hell that this is funny or gonna work. And when you see those flat, corny, late-night monologue jokes with no audience, Colbert, there's Jimmy Kimmel, there's Fallon. What they're doing is just like reading off of a teleprompter. So a bunch of really good joke writers wrote them some stuff, and then they're playing to the audience, and the audience is like laughing, so they get this feedback, and they know how to do that. They stand there, and there's applause signs, and then there's producers. There's the warm-up guy that's literally telling people to clap. They're like, okay, explain to the people. Yeah. Okay, when Jimmy comes out, I want a big round of applause. Let's practice this right now.
As you can see, many of you were already nodding in agreement with Joe's interpretation. I know that's obvious, Captain Obvious, but it really drives home how incredibly phony these shows are. Watching a sitcom created by a group of public relations interns is similar. Everything seems so manufactured that it could have been produced on an assembly line. The impromptu quips, which were practiced more than a Broadway show, and the expertly crafted talking points. Totally written and emotionally supported, it's similar to comedy with a GPS. However, it's still as stiff as it was in the old days when we would literally insert laugh tracks like we were in a replay of the 90s. Give it some thought. Comedy isn't when you need a huge flashing sign that yells laugh or applause to encourage the audience to react. It's using a punchline to dominate the audience. It's no longer about truly entertaining, like everyone is a member of some strange clapping cult. The room is being puppeteered into behaving exactly as they like.
Show? No, I'm doing one right now with Kyle Dunnigan. He's my guest.
Why would I do that?
It doesn't seem like a good way to talk to people. It doesn't seem like it's fun. It seems like it's too much pressure. It seems like there's too many people. It seems like the conversations become fake because you have 5 minutes until you cut to commercial, and they come over with cards, and the executive wants to talk to you, and the producers want to get in your ear, and we just feel like it just needs a little levity. You just need a little levity. So we're gonna bring the jester out. Oh, I'm tired of the jester. I don't like the jester. And then the jester comes out with his little, and everybody goes, the jester's here.
He is also entirely correct. This footage dates back to 2018. Joe was pulling figures that would have made Kimmel or Colbert cry into their cards even back then. We are discussing late-night hosts who gaze at their Nielsen ratings, which resemble statistics from a scary movie. For a moment, forget about that. Views weren't the only thing Rogan was winning. He was producing information that was truly important. Genuine conversations, genuine visitors, and real beards. People from all walks of life were brought on board. Probably astronauts, scientists, comedians, and conspiracy theorists. And not simply the typical procession of people who live in the echo chamber of Hollywood. On the other hand, late-night sofas are essentially ideological VIP lounges where everyone nods in unison with the same political beat, resembling a strange cult with a coffee budget. The game-changing element is right there. Who's funny isn't the only factor. The question is who is genuinely open to hearing something new without interrupting a commercial. Therefore, leave your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button as if it were a rent debt. In order to avoid missing the next crazy ride, click subscribe. Legends, thanks for viewing.